Day 3 of the second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump wrapping up today, and a lot of people interested in these proceedings, if only because, like a lot of things over the past 12 months, it's unprecedented. Never before has a president been impeached twice. Never before has a Senate considered convicting a president on impeachment charges after that president has left office. However, it seems a lot of the senators who are supposed to be the jurors in these proceedings lost their interest a bit, or a lot, over the last couple of days, including the delegate from Idaho, Senator Jim Risch. No, he didn't fall asleep this time. But a CNN reporter, in noticing how many seats in the Senate chamber were empty on Thursday, mentioned he saw Senator Risch in the basement, on the phone, while the trial was going on. And yes, Bernie Sanders was slumped over. To be fair, there were several reports that as many as 15 seats of Republican senators were empty during the first few hours Thursday, and several others were occupied with other activities. So we reached out to Senator Risch to see if there was any truth to this report, whether he was absent while he was supposed to be administering impartial justice. His spokesperson told us she hadn't spoken to the senator about that specific report, but can confirm he's been in the Senate chamber for nearly all of the proceedings thus far. He may leave frequently, or infrequently that is, to use the restroom or take a time-sensitive phone call. Okay, and maybe it is a super secret phone call. At least it wasn't a 15-minute nap, right, like last time? Although it was pointed out, as I just mentioned, many were victim to the general malaise setting, according to Forbes magazine, including Senators Tommy Tuberville and Bernie Sanders, who were spotted nodding off. But that made us wonder about what the rules are when it comes to the jury just being able to walk out of the room. This time, unlike the first impeachment trial of former President Trump, there's a pandemic going on. A year ago, every member of the Senate was required to remain seated at his or her desk in the chamber. This time, they are allowed to spread out a bit for distancing purposes. The public galleries above the Senate chamber, which have been closed to the public because of the pandemic, well, they'd be open to the senators. And they are allowed to go into the quote-unquote marble room, which is just off the Senate floor, and a long-time retreat for senators, where the trial will be shown and is being shown on television, so as to not miss anything. Above in the galleries, on the side in the lounge, but not below in the basement, where testimony couldn't be heard, which also got us thinking, and a lot of you asking, does it matter? I mean, these senators, they aren't exactly acting like impartial jurors, right? Aren't they supposed to respect the sanctity of the oath they take to, quote, do impartial justice according to the Constitution and the laws, end quote? Technically, yes, according to Article 1, Section 3, they are. However, unlike criminal trials, there's no way to remove a senator for showing partiality. Since impeachment is inherently a political process, legal and political experts assume that senators will act with political bias. There's also this element to consider. In a courtroom, a jury is selected based on whether they have prejudged a case. How can the senators in this impeachment trial, which alleges the president provoked an attack on the Capitol, how can one be an impartial juror when one was also a witness and a potential victim in this attack? We have asked to speak with Senators Risch and Senator Mike Crapo, but they have both respectfully declined. Risch told us earlier this week he's unable to discuss the trial now that it's underway, and he's acting as a juror. Acting like a juror at least most of the time. And yes, we've also seen other senators speaking with the media while the trial was underway.